Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Welcome back to Slow Readers Anonymous, where we buy more books we can read in a lifetime. Just finishing my snack before I do this TBR, but this is my latest obsession. It tastes like the apple pie filling. Anywho, let me put that back. Gotta hide that because family said that's good. There's some good stuff right there. But go ahead and let's get into the video, y'all. It's that time again. Here we go, going through the same thing. It's that time again. It's TBR clock for July. This is July TBR clock. Here we go. But before I do that, I don't know if y'all remember the stack of books I had on the side of my bookshelf over there behind y'all that y'all can't see. These are like the whole stack of books that I've had on my shelves for like over 3 years. Ugh. I had a big, huge stack to go through. And I'm going to tell you why I am not going to read these, because I read a chapter from each of them. And they all have their own little reasons. I'm going to try and fly through it as quick as I can. And then there's a few here that I decided on this side to keep and go ahead and put on my July TBR. So, here it is. A Witch in Time. Not my jam, because they keep going back and forth between times. You know, I don't do time jumps very well. It's not my jam. A Witch in Time, Constance Sayers. Look how nice the condition is. And I got it for like, most of these books that I've had on my shelves for years are books that I got for 50 cents to $1. So, no skin off my back. Okay? It's not going to break the bank. Okay? The Novice. By Taran Matharu. I'll butcher the name real quick. Anyhow, this I picked up because it gave Assassin's Creed's vibe, and I kept it only because I thought maybe I could find it on Libby. Cannot find it. Oh well. But it's written in third person, and I'm not about to do a whole credit for something that I'm not so sure about. Then, The Circle King. This is sci-fi. I don't do sci-fi very well. Might be for someone else. The Circle King by Brooklyn Melee. Blue Buds by Melissa De La Cruz. She's done a lot of Disney retelling type things, but this is a vampire story, and it goes between, it's not, see the words are not that small or anything. It's just, I read the first chapter or two and it wasn't my jam. And then it also had long chapters. And it went from like third person, first person, third person, first person, and time jumps, I believe. Not my jam. Werewolf Smackdown by Mario Acevedo. He does, I guess, a lot of paranormal thingies. This is book 8. Didn't even know. It's book 8 in a series, and it's a PI who I believe is a vampire, and he comes up to have to hunt down and kill a werewolf for one of the mafia type dudes. Not my jam. Probably my jam, but not the way it's written. This, I kind of sort of want to keep, but at the same time don't. It's written in verse and it has pictures, but it's a YA. So they said it was made in conjunction with the family. You see how it's written in verse, and I find that I read those better through audio. So I'm going to have to find an audio. The library does not have it. So yeah, there's that. Stealing Snow by Danielle Page. She is the one who also did Dorothy Must Die, like the retelling of Oz. Black author, Miss Danielle Page. This is a retelling of the Snow Queen, I guess the villain of Snow Queen. But she starts off in an insane asylum, and in the crazy house and things like that. So the way it reads, I guess, is a little too YA for me. Not my jam, but not awful. You know what I mean? It's just not something that I want to read right now. And I need the space, so we got to get rid of it. Satisfy My Soul. I was reading the first chapter. Maybe I was fatigued from reading all the books, but it wasn't giving anything that I need. It's a Black author, of course, but set in Jamaica, I believe. And like, I had to sit and ask myself, like, would I really want to continue this book? Like, it's not something that is like, ooh, I gotta keep going. So if it's not that, then I won't be keeping it. Satisfy My Soul by Colin Channer. Sandrin's Case by Thomas H. Cook. This one is a little risque for cover. So Sandrin's Case is Sandrin is the victim, and her husband is put on trial for her murder. Husband saying that she killed herself, and it goes from there. But it's not I wanted it to be a thriller. It's a mystery. Even on the spine it says mystery. Can you see that? Yeah. So, nothing. Bad Love by Jonathan Kellerman. This is also in a series, a detective series, and it's got a lot. And it's not on Libby for the audiobook or anything like that. And I'm like, do I really want to try and read the beginning of the series to understand what's going on in this detective's life? No. So, putting it away. These Two by Valerie Wilson Wesley is part of the Tamara Hill series. It's a cop turned PI, Black author. I don't know, it's just kind of lost interest in the series. Like, I don't know why. It's just like you watch a TV show and you fall off for whatever reason. That's what had happened. And I couldn't get myself back into it. So they gotta go. Chinatown Angel, written by a Black man. So I figured I'd give it a shot. It's not the way it reads is not, it's not making me want to continue. And it's about a PI, I believe, or a friend's gangster or whatever. And yeah, it's not my jam. It's not my jam. So moving on. Girls Like Us by Christina Alger. Again, not on Libby. Like, these should be older books. They should be on Libby. But either way, Girls Like Us, not on Libby, but still is not like free or anything on Audible. You have to use a credit. Like, it's not even part of the Audible type of thing. Girls Like Us is supposed to be psychological suspense, full of surprises, according to Harlan Coben. It's a little blurb there. But this is also an FBI series type of thing, and the way it reads is not giving keep on reading. So, like, I probably would have continued had it been in audio form. And then last but not least, same thing for Three Women Disappear by JP and Shan Seraphin. Now, I have nothing against Miss Shan or Mr. Shan. I don't have nothing against Shan. But when JP write a book by himself, I'll be tearing that book down. Easy. But this one, it's not my jam. Not my jam. Mafia boss, worker, accountant type dude. Has a maid. Who else? A personal chef and his wife. In the house. Only one that has access to him. But all three women go missing when he gets murdered. Basically. So they're like, so which one of y'all did it? Or did they all get murdered together? Okay, so those are all the books that I went through and I read. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 books that I went through and read and decided I did not like. Slide those on, move them on to second and show. Alright, and these 5 books, I was like, okay, maybe I'll give them a shot and we'll go ahead and give them a good shot. So, speaking of shots, A Book Shot by James Patterson and whoever else. Candace Fox. You know, he sponsors a lot of people and, you know, teaches writing workshops and everything else. So he slaps his name on it, presented by James Patterson. Blase, blase. You know what I mean? So, James Patterson Book Shots, Black and Blue. It's going to be given a shot for July TBR. Iron Widow I had on my shelf forever. This is futurist, like almost sciencey fiction fantasy type thing, and a girl is supposed to be a concubine to a pilot in a machine that, you know, and then it's like a common affair. Iron Widow by, I am not, Saran J. Zhao. Probably jacked up the name, but looks interesting. I'll give it more than a chapter shot. The last thing you told me, this was once on one of my TBRs, but this has been on my shelf forever. And I got this at Goodwill, so this was only $2. But the first chapter was interesting enough, but I don't know if it's going to be fast-paced enough for me to want to continue, but it's on the radar for July. Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. This one is on Libby, but it, what's the word? Several months wait. And I believe this also became a TV adaptation. In the Shadow of Blackbirds by Kat Winters. Very creepy, very odd, very strange. From the synopsis, she's giving I see dead people type vibes, but it's also during, I believe, the Holocaust, kind of set up in Holocaust type of thing, and she lives in America, so like even one of the pictures are very strange. So I figured I'd give it another shot. Chapters aren't so long, you know, first person, give it a shot. Then The Queen Bee by Amali Howard. And this is giving Bridgerton vibes. It's giving, she messed up my coming out type of thing. So I need to go and get my power back, and in this season of coming out to the world and all that other jazz. So, Queen Bee is the last of the book stack that I went through and read a chapter of each to give it a shot before I decide to unhaul. So, those 5 started my July TBR, but is what is from my shelves that it's my land of possibilities of what I'm vibing with right now to read in July. Honestly, I might start some of them now. Who knows? I still got those 3 books on Kindles that I haven't read yet. I don't know why, but I feel like I need to start prioritizing my physical copy books because I ain't got no space for anything. And if I keep up with my book buying addiction, I will not have 0 space. I already have 0 space. Stuff is on my TV stand at the point. But I digress. I went on a tangent. So here's what we're going with as far as July TBR. Here are a couple of honorable mentions of what might be coming to me through my Libby hold within like 6 to 8 weeks, 9 weeks, maybe, sometimes it comes way sooner than that. So I figured honorable mention would be in order. The Other Misses by Mary Kubica. And it's a thriller, and apparently it's on Netflix, or is coming to Netflix. She tried to run, but she can't escape the other misses. So, domestic thriller. How Far I'll Go by Kayla Kendall. It's one of those what if type of dark Disney retellings. So this is what if Moana broke the heart of Tafiti. So she didn't repair it. What if Moana broke the heart of Tafiti? Yeah. Cute. And then last but not least, Buffalo Hunter Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. I believe he's a Native American author, and he does horror pretty well as far as what I've been seeing as far as reviews go. And everybody says this is top-notch guy. He also wrote The Only Good Indians. Yep. So, I cannot wait. Alright. These I either have or are available soon on Libby. Adrienne Young, The Last Legacy. This is a part of One of the Worlds. So they claim it's part of a series, but it says it's a standalone in this thing. It says a captivating standalone about family and blood ties, reinventing yourself and controlling your own destiny. Apparently it's part of the world that she already created that has a series. So if it says standalone, I'm gonna read it by itself. See if I want to dip my toe into the series. The Last Legacy by Adrienne Young. The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. Okay. Yes. I like Rick Riordan. He's the one who did Percy Jackson. But this one is giving Egyptian-esque things. Yes. So, The Red Pyramid. Then, hello, Percy. And like I said, I got this for like 25 cents or something. So I really like the movies. I never read the books. So I have 2 and 3 is on a Libby hold, I believe. And then Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Ingham. This is also a James Patterson presents type person, so figured I'd give it a shot. It's a fantasy, obviously. Each year, 8 beautiful girls are chosen as paper girls to serve the king. It's the highest honor they could hope for, and the most demeaning this year. There's a ninth, and instead of paper, she's made of fire. Okay. Interesting. Then I already have told you about Greg Isles. This one they don't have on any Audible or audio type things that I don't have to pay for or use credit for. So I have to read this with my eyeballs. So I'm going to focus on this one first. I'm going to start this first before anything else, because I really want to get back into this Pancake series. Turning Angel is second in the series. The first one is The Quiet Game. Then I already have this Audible, Stranger in the Lake by Kimberly Bell, and she's apparently the same one who wrote My Darling Husband, because it says something about look for my darling husband. Haha. Looks like a domestic thriller. Stranger in the Lake. You know, I can't do thriller without at least throwing in one Stephen King. Christine. This is an old one. An oldie but a goodie, I hear. And it's available soon on my Libby, because Stephen King very rarely, if he ever, writes in first person. So, he's a third person author. Gotta meet him where he's at, because I need these stories, okay? Then, Boomtown by Nick Stone. People were saying the vibes it gives. It's like, what's, even on the back it says, Gone Girl meets P Valley. P Valley? You had me at P Valley, okay? I'm buying the book. I am buying the book. And those who know. In Nick Stone's adult debut about 2 missing erotic dancers from Atlanta's most notorious gentlemen's club and the woman committed to finding them. So it's like a detective looking for those who have gone missing. Boomtown by Nick Stone. Gone Girl meets P Valley. The Eternal Ones by Namina Forna. This is the last one in the trilogy of the Gilded Ones. And girl, y'all, whoever is watching, thank you. Thank you for those who are watching these videos. I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. You know, let's grow this channel. Please share. Anyhow, The Eternal Ones by Naima Forna. Fantasy, this girl is found out that she's supposedly a descendant or made by the gods, and all the gods were women, and you know, and they now live in a land where the men are the oppressors and all that stuff, and you know, it's good. I read the first 2. Easy, fast, lickety split. YA, The Eternal Ones. This I took from my aunt's little free library. Little free library, I mean, i.e. her room. And this is by Kimberly Lemming. That time I got drunk and yeeted a love potion at a werewolf. You know, this is for a little messy, kiki, and good time, you know. It's giving, I said, and yes sir. Anything you need. So, you know, a quick fun read. Alright, people, from what I hear about Brittany Cherry, she doesn't do just romance. It's romance with a little something extra to it. It's heartfelt. It's more, it explores more themes than just romance. The Mixtape by Brittany Cherry. 2 songs, same melody. That's it. That's what the tagline says. That's all I'm gonna read. Then The Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan. I don't think I've ever read a Kennedy Ryan book, so this is gonna be my first one. So this is part of a series, I believe, or a trilogy. The next one is called, well, crud, I can't see that far. Either way, The Rebel King. The next one is called The Rebel King. I stretch out my legs, y'all. Anyhow, The Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan. Raised to rule, bred to lead, and weaned on a diet of ruthless ambition. So I'm saying maybe mafia, black mafia type romance type of jive. She's also one like Brittany Cherry that not only does romances, but it has more than just romance in it. Both Brittany Cherry, black women, I believe Brittany Cherry is a sister. Let's double check. Oh yes, Brittany Cherry is a sister. She's beautiful too. Look at that. Look at that. Yes, queen. Anyhow, Brittany Cherry and Kennedy Ryan, black authors. Now, I got this audiobook because I got this physical copy for like 50 cents. And this is when I went through an era of Coho, Colleen Hoover. You know, she always does messy stuff. Okay, messy family dynamics. Everybody's business. Everybody doing everybody's things. You know, it is what it is. So, I got it on a 2-for-1 Audible sale. So 1 credit, you get 2 books. So Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. I already have it on Audible. Why not? And last but not least is 2 graphic novels. Oddly enough, I did not notice, but they're both surrounded by like bakers and them finding love and things like that. So first one is Crumbs by Dani Sterling. And on the back it says, falling in love just got sweeter. Yeah. And I don't know, this was actually a webtoon, huh? So there's that one. And then Bloom, it's a male romance. And he has dreams of getting out of small town, but his family has a struggling bakery. And they're like, yo, you need to at least train the person that is coming in to replace you. And the more he trains this man, and this young man, and he'd be like, my man. Do I really want to move now? Cool. So either way, cute. Bloom by Kevin Panetta and Savannah Ganacho. Lord, I don't butcher these people's names. Either way, that is all of my books. Hold up, please. Pause. Sorry, I was about to sneeze like a muzz. Anyhow, that's 23 piles of possibilities of books that I want to read in the month of July. But also, this is not even the 25th of June. Honestly, I might start one of those versus what's on my Kindle. I know, so sad. I know. But I think I'm gonna try and lock in on one of the Kindle reads today. We shall see. Thank y'all for watching. Let me know what y'all gonna read in July. And, share for your friends. Let's grow this channel. Thank you for watching Slow Readers Anonymous, where we buy more books than we can read in a lifetime. Apparently, gotta unhaul some stuff. Peace.